they would target people that would, like, people who thought that were communists, they would be on the blacklist and they would be, like, targeted.
Right. Very good. So if I were to say, Nate's communist, he could say, no, I'm not communist. Okay, well maybe you're not, but now that I accused you of being communist, everybody else has that in their head too. Well, what if he really is? So then Nate's kids that are going to school, maybe they get picked on at school, maybe worse, they get expelled, because they don't want to be associated with communists, because everybody's afraid of it. Maybe he loses his job. If his wife is working, maybe she loses her job. It's more than just a slanderous comment or remark. It affects your entire life. They showed the movie stars at this time that were accused. The one lady even spoke out at a funeral of somebody who had been accused. And just because she spoke out at that funeral, she didn't have a job in Hollywood anymore. She never acted again. For, was it 15 years? 14 years? Because she was barely associated with somebody that was accused. They never proved that person of communism, if they were communists or not, but just because they were associated, they were just as guilty. So the fear of communism in the United States is huge. What was the name of the senator from Wisconsin? Anybody remember? Starts with M. It's on your sheet here. It's on the board to my left. Right, McCarthy, he's from Wisconsin. He's the one that comes up with these lists. He says he knows of a lot of communists. He says, I'll pick them out for you, and I'll show you who's communist. And he's the one that's kind of spearheading it. It's called McCarthyism. He's accusing all these people. We're going to do an activity today which is going to kind of simulate McCarthyism and finger pointing. You're going to be in groups of 4. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to assign you groups. Monica, why don't you join the 3 back there? So it'll be Eleanor, Issa, Brandon, Monica. We'll go U4, U4 here, 4, and then we can have one group of 5. So the back table here and U3. Okay, so the groups that are right here, turn your tables, put them together. Okay, don't just turn around, put the tables together, please. Take a minute to do that. Alright, take one more second to get your seats and your tables situated, and then we're going to read through this handout that I just gave you. I'll read it. Fire, please. In the early years of the Cold War, many Americans believed there was good reason to be concerned about the security of the United States. There were communist takeovers in Eastern Europe, which we talked about, in China, and North Korea. At the end of World War II, over 100,000 Americans claimed to be communists. At a time of containment, there's also another theory of the United States to contain the spread of communism. How would you have stopped the spread of communism within our own borders? So let's consider the following situation. Imagine you've been delivered one of those dreaded yellow passes in the middle of class calling you to the principal's office. There's no reason listed on the pass, and you start to wonder what you have done that has gotten you into trouble. On one hand, you may be thinking, nah, there's no way he would ever know about that. On the other hand, you start planning your defense. I'll say it wasn't me. You got the wrong person. Denial doesn't sound too bad. When you show up to see the principal, you are informed that the bathroom upstairs has been vandalized. Have we had any issues of that in the school?
Yeah.
Is there a reason this one's always locked?
Yeah.
So, the bathroom upstairs has been vandalized. The principal turns to you and says, I know it was you, and unless you can prove you didn't do it, I'm going to suspend you for 3 days. You think to yourself, I know I didn't do it, but I know who did. There isn't any way for you to convince the principal you didn't vandalize the bathroom without ratting out the person who did. The person who did is your best friend. You feel helpless and aren't sure what to do. So you didn't vandalize the bathroom, but your best friend did. Are you going to tell the principal as your best friend so you get off scot-free? First of all, would you even be scot-free for being associated with that person who did it? Or do you say, do you not rat out your friend and try and convince him that it wasn't you? And maybe he'll target somebody else. So, what do? What do you say to the principal? What consequences, besides suspension, would there be for remaining silent? What consequences would there be for tattling on your friend? Discuss with the people at your tables what you would do in this situation. Summarize what you plan to do. At the top it says textbook page 616. Open your textbook up to that page, please. So open your textbook up to that page.
If I was in that situation, I'd just say, just let me know when you're done. I'd be like,
All right. Real quick, before I let you do the reading and discuss in your groups.
I would try to convince.
Hang on.
is that right?
So you're going to discuss the situation in your group. There's no right or wrong answer. You decide what you want to do. Okay, this is the first part of it. There's going to be another simulation as well. But figure out what you'd like to do. Then, as you read on page 616, you're going to learn about Gordon Kahn and his son Tony, about Paul Robeson, and about the Hollywood 10. I don't want 1 or 2 word answers for those. Write a couple sentences. You need to be descriptive about those because those are going to tie in to the decisions in the simulation. So go ahead and discuss amongst your group what you would like to do, what you would do, and then take a little bit of time to read out of the textbook and compare and contrast what's on the bottom of the page there. I'll give you a little bit of time to do that. Go ahead.
So, like, I would try to convince the person, like, the principal that wasn't me, but like, so it's like,
Brad, I don't think your parents would think that was something you're doing. Brad, I know you're
I'm the only one that says
What would you guys do?
I told them I would.
So you just remain silent?
So, yeah. You would probably just, I would say, like, having a bowl in the back. Hey! You said we would tell them.
What would you guys do? What would you do? You discuss it in your group. Kind of defend your argument. Why would you do your decision?
We should go decide when you have to slash it.
You just focus on what we're going to talk Yeah, discuss the top one, you discuss what you're doing. What would you guys do?
I would say,
Okay, write that down on your sheet.
So you did.